Well, we do have a question here, though, from Harmony, who says, on the other side of the scale, if you like, what do you consider the greatest argument against Christianity today, and how do you respond to it?
Well, I think that the best argument would be the argument from the hiddenness of God. The problem of evil among philosophers is kind of morphed into this different question called the hiddenness of God. Granted that God could have morally sufficient reasons for permitting the evil and suffering in the world, why does he seem so distant? Why doesn't he make his existence more obvious? He certainly could have done that. He could have inscribed on every atom made by God, or placed a neon cross in the heavens saying Jesus saves, but he's not chosen to do that. And so that occasions doubt that he's really there because he seems so hidden. I think that's the best argument that the unbeliever has going for him.
And what is your response essentially to that argument? I mean, it is a good argument. I mean, it is a pretty, why wouldn't God just make his presence obvious to everyone? Is I suppose the reason.
My response to that would be that God knows what amount of evidence would be sufficient to bring people into a saving relationship with himself, and therefore he has provided such evidence. I think it's so important, as I indicated a moment ago, that God's goal is not to simply get people to believe in him or believe that he exists. God isn't interested in getting people to add one more item to their ontological inventory of the things that exist. Rather, what he's interested in is building an eternal love relationship with people. And I think it's not at all improbable that in a world in which God made his existence more evident, say by putting a neon cross in the sky, that no more people would come to love and know him than those that actually do. In fact, such a demonstration might have made people chafe at his effrontery in doing such a thing. So I think that God will not allow anyone to fail to find salvation because of lack of evidence. God will provide sufficient evidence to every sincere inquirer to enable that person to have rational faith, and that he's not obligated to provide additional evidence if he knew that it wouldn't do any good.